So this particular choḍ is reflective of many that are made out of velvet. When they first started appearing, they were made through hand-loom velvets, most likely, which were really relegated to the elite. It was hard to produce velvet. It's very difficult, and it requires a great amount of silk in its production, which was quite expensive. Once there were technological advancements and velvet could be produced through a mechanical production, more people had access to it. And I think that's why choḍs became so popular, is because this velvet conveyed such a sense of opulence and luxury that was typically not available for most people. And so then once it became easier to manufacture, it just became this really exciting material for people to have in their homes. There's also several examples of silk sateen backgrounds, so that changes the sort of affect of the piece itself, but they're still very beautiful and create a different type of luminosity that evokes a sense of awe in a lot of people. And the backings of the choḍs are typically made out of a silk cotton known as mashru, which is an important material in fabric in the Northwestern region of India, which again shows the regional specificity of these works. And then obviously the most prominent part of the choḍs is the embroidery. It's known as zardozi, which is golden embroidery in the Persian language, the older Persian language, and the work is usually made with zari, which is gold-plated or silver-plated thread, oftentimes now with other metallic imitation work. So it still creates that really shiny effect that is really important with these textiles, but just, in other words, like zari is the thread that is being used to keep everything together, but zardozi is sort of the process or the result of that embroidery that can utilize both the threads, but also other materials such as the sequins that are really prominent. There's other really interesting pieces that sort of showcase artistic intelligence in translating sort of drawings or concepts of religious narratives and sacred figures into a sort of textile work. So things like beads for eyes or shells. I'm really excited about the way that the jewelry is rendered on these pieces, because you'll see oftentimes people finding pearls or the casings of beetle wings that produce that iridescence that make the characters look like they're wearing real gemstones, but they're little pieces of other things. So there's a lot of other really exciting materials. There's yak hair to symbolize the whisks, the sacred whisks that are used in Jain ritual life. And there's just a really creative way in expressing important auspicious symbols through the materials on the choḍ. So every choḍ is different, and the artists have really taken time to consider how to make those aspects of Jain stories really come to life through just the material expressions.